The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Game Podcast Network is brought to you by Edgewood. Banking for better, sign up today. Edgewood stuff ever code HPN to get a $25 deposit bonus. And welcome everybody to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Game Podcast Network. It is currently Friday afternoon, May 30th, around 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Ross Upson, Sky Reichel, once again joined by Lonte Smith. Together we're going to break down the games for the Saturday card. Lonte, so far we are about a game and a quarter through on the day baseball today. Nothing that exciting. You saw the Reds end up winning the first game, the early game in Wrigley, and now the White Sox are tied with the Orioles 0-0. But I'll ask you, how's it going with you? What's up?
Not much, man. Got College Baseball World Series going, so taking in a little bit of that, and we got bad weather here, so a lot of baseball this weekend.
Are you a big college baseball guy?
Not really. I'm kind of like the guy who is not a big college basketball guy until March, so I'm not a big college baseball guy until now. Really, Noah does a good job on our network. He does a really, really good job throughout the year, and I kind of check in periodically. Carolina, UNC is always pretty good, so I follow them decent. I mean, decent. I follow it more than probably the average person, but I'm not like locked in like Noah is or some of the other guys, so I won't take credit for that. It's just like the guys who come into the NBA or MLB when it's postseason time. I'm kind of one of those guys.
Going into this college baseball season, I told myself I was going to try to start getting more involved gambling on it because there are so many games going on. I thought it'd be interesting. So I went 5-0.
Yeah.
I went 5-0 in the first 2 weeks of the season, and then proceeded to never bet again. So I just retired as going 5-0 on my plays in college baseball, and then I just did not bet it for the last 3 months. So that's how that went. I retired undefeated for the season, 5-0, called it a day. I remember the last game I had, I took UCLA, and I forgot who the hell it was. Was it Stetson? I don't remember if it was Stetson or it was somebody. UCLA scored like 15 runs.
Stetson's generally
pretty
good.
But I took UCLA. I had the over in the game, and they scored like 15 runs or something, and I won. That was the last game I bet on. That was like a couple months ago, but I retired after that. That was the last game that I won. So I forgot who they were playing, but that was a win.
Can't go out.
That is pretty much true. So we'll see what happens in the College World Series. Maybe I'll dabble in it again, but who knows? I don't really follow that much, but I know North Carolina is actually very good. Heard the rotation's very good, so maybe they can actually do some damage to win the whole thing. But either way, that's for college. Looking forward to it in general. But time to move back into the baseball discussion in the pros. Time to move on to the games that we're going to be talking about for the Saturday card. Before we get into any of the games, a reminder, they do have new content coming out on the SGP network because the SGP guys are going to be ripping packs live on air next Monday night. They'll be breaking a case of Panini Prisms with dabs, and you can get 10% off your favorite team. With Forget SGPN, go to Sports Gambling Podcast Sponsorship Break to get in on the action. Moving on to the actual games for Saturday. Starting off with the first game on the card, you have the Cubs taking on the Reds. For this one, you have Lodolo Brown. I see Brown at -164. Lodolo and the Reds are +138. Over-unders at 7.5. Now, for this matchup, Lodolo has been much better than Brown. Brown has been a mess, 3-3, 6.39 ERA. Lodolo, though, 4-4, 3.39 ERA. However, he has given up at least 3 runs in 2 of his last 3 starts, so Lodolo has not been as sharp lately, still been better than Brown. Brown, to go through his numbers this season, last start he got destroyed. He's actually given up 14 earned runs in 2 straight starts. Did give up 8 earned against the Reds the last time he ended up pitching, so an immediate chance at getting some revenge after he got shelled the last time. But simply put, I think that -160 is a massive price with Brown, who I don't think is very good. And I think Lodolo is better than him. So give me the Reds money line at what I think is a good price.
Yeah, I like the Reds as well. I think I took the Cubs today, and that was a loser. But I do like the Reds in this one simply because of how you just broke it down. I mean, I prefer Lodolo over Brown. Lodolo's been really good, 2 or less in 5 of 6 on the road. 3 of those 5 were scoreless, so he's been in a really good form. 3 earned in 5 innings pitched versus Chicago on 525. This actually was a matchup on 525, and both pitchers were probably about the same. Well, actually, Brown got shelled. 8 earned and 4 2/3 on 7 hits on that same game. So I don't think we quite see it that bad, but I do think that Lodolo and Cincinnati, who's been playing well offensively, they scored a lot of runs today as well. So I like them in the first 5 as well as the full game.
Yeah, I think I can get behind that too, but it just feels like the pricing is way too big on Chicago. I understand that they're great in Wrigley and they're the better team, but with the actual spot with Brown being a mess, that price should be a lot lower. I'd have the Cubs favored. I would say minus
Yeah.
130, minus 135. We're in the 160s. That feels pretty high for that one. Also realized I forgot to actually put up the banner, so my bad there. There you go. That's Reds versus Cubs. Moving on to the next game, you have the A's against the Blue Jays. Now, for this game, you have a matchup between Hoagland and we have no damn idea. We have no lines on this one because we don't know who's pitching for Toronto. The A's have been a mess. Blue Jays have been fine. They scored what felt like 50 runs yesterday as they won handily. That was my lock for the show, so that worked out pretty well. But I'll ask you for this game because I don't know what the lines are going to be. Toronto will be favored. I'm not sure how big of a favorite, but I'll ask you. It's kind of tough with no lines, but do you want to consider the A's in this one? Because you're looking at Hoagland's numbers, and they're not very good. So that's kind of why I'm scared off of the A's in general in this game.
Yeah, it's kind of price dependent. But the Blue Jays, I mean, every time I back them, they lose. When I don't back them, they win. I can't figure them out. So probably going to be a stay away for me. But price dependent, I would probably be somewhere close to betting the A's just because of price point. I don't know if I'll be able to trust the Blue Jays, even though they've been playing well as of late.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a tricky game to predict based on the lines that are not available right now. So I can't even make a case for a value play on the A's. I just know nothing at this point. So it's kind of tough. But either way, I think Toronto should win if I had to just go based on current form of both teams. Moving on to the next game. Matchup between the White Sox and the Orioles. They're playing right now, but they play again tomorrow. You have Martin against Kramer. For this one, Orioles minus 185. White Sox are plus 155. The over-under is set at 9.5 or 9. Now, Martin this season's actually been pretty good, a 3.45 ERA. His record sucks, but he's allowed 5 runs in his last 3 starts combined, so he's been very good recently. Kramer's been really bad, 4-5, 5.02 ERA. I'll point out, though, his last start he was great, give him no runs in 5 1/3 against Boston, but at home it has not been that good of a season for him. Actually, it has been pretty good, but he was not good last start at home. So at home this season, 2.5 ERA, but his last home start faced the Twins, give up 4 earned in 5 2/3. Point is, he is not really pitching that well this season, and you're looking at Martin, who I think might be underrated, actually. But the line itself feels massive. Kind of similar to what I said about the Blue Jays, or maybe not really the Blue Jays, more like the Cubs, for example, in that game, where I can understand why they're favored, but that price is too massive that I'm just not interested in taking it. I think that Martin, who's the better pitcher this season, getting around plus 158, plus 160 is just way too big of a number. I'll take Chicago in this one. Think that Kramer is just not trustworthy. Martin's pretty good, so I don't mind the White Sox, actually. And Baltimore's bullpen is also terrible, and the White Sox bullpen has been okay recently. I don't mind White Sox plus 160.
Yeah, I like the White Sox too. It's pretty much rinse and repeat, same handicap as yesterday. I think I'm going to be on the White Sox the whole series, and then if you win one of these, then we'll come out a winner, regardless if they lose the other 2. I've been betting first 5 in full game as well. Martin, he's had 3 straight quality starts, 2 or fewer in 4 straight. Good on the road lately, 1 earned or less in 3 of his last 4. You mentioned Kramer's, he's not allowing a lot of home runs. It's just a ton of contact. He's got 7+ hits in his last 3. He is coming off that really good game versus Boston. But again, I think this is a perfect time to kind of fade him here. 4+ earned in 4 of his last 7. White Sox have been frisky lately. I think the offense will be able to get to Kramer early, and I think they'll be able to hold on. Like you said, the bullpen's been a lot better. So I'm going to take the probably plus 1.5. I'm all around the world, similar to yesterday. I'm going to take plus 1.5. I'm going to take the first 5, and I'm going to take the full game.
Moving on to the next game, you have the Brewers against the Phillies. Now, for this game, should be an interesting series in general between the 2 of them. Phillies have been rolling, though. They have Luzardo pitching in this one against Patrick. Phillies minus 185. Brewers are plus 155. Luzardo's 5-0 with a 2.15 ERA. 1.9 on ERA at home. He's been really, really good. Nothing else to say. Meanwhile, Patrick's been kind of a surprise, but he's been pretty good. He's 2-4, but does have a 2.97 ERA. Has been worse on the road. Goes no length at all. He has gone less than 5 innings in 3 of his last 4. So that does open the door for some Brewers bullpen shenanigans, which are not really fun. But I think for this one, I'll go Phillies minus 1.5. This is a big line that I actually agree with because Luzardo's been that good and the Phillies have been amazing at home. I'll go Phillies minus 1.5. You can find the price available at around plus 105. I'll take the plus money with a team that's in great form. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I would look at first 5 under because because of his length issues. I mean, you talked about it. I'll expand on it a little bit more. I mean, under 5 innings pitched in 8 of his 11 starts, or 5 of his 11 starts. I'm sorry, I can't read my writing. But he's not allowed over 3 runs this year, so he's been solid. He's pretty good on the road. Luzardo, I mean, just to compound on the number that you talked about, he's got 2 combined runs against 4 of the, well, I would say 3 of the more elite offenses, and then another. So St. Louis, the Dodgers, the Cubs, and Atlanta. Atlanta's kind of like fringe. So he's allowed 2 combined to all of those 4 teams. But his hit rate has been a little bit high. I mean, 6+ hits in 3 of his last 5. But do you trust Milwaukee to kind of, I mean, I know they've been playing better offensively, but the way Luzardo has a lot of swing and miss stuff, 10+ Ks and back-to-back starts. He got a 2.25 ERA in his last 3. So he's going really well. Phillies are playing it well. Also, don't trust the Milwaukee bullpen. If you like Milwaukee, I would look for them early, but I like the first 5 under. I think both teams will be able to, both pitchers will be able to, stymie both offenses. So I like the first 5 under. If you're looking for something early, I would play Milwaukee and then come back.
Yeah, I do think that I actually want the bullpens involved because Milwaukee's bullpen just has not really thrilled me so far this season. I don't mind the first 5 angle, though. I think Luzardo is a lot better than Patrick, so I think that's fine. But the Phillies, by the way, first place. People might have not realized they passed the Mets a couple days ago. They've been in great form, so good for
bro. I mean, they have their schedule is charming soft. Like, I mean, they're taking care of business. Don't get me wrong. Win is a win, but they have faced some.
But where do the Brewers rank in on that? Because they're not really that good either.
Well, I would say they're above a little bit, probably a little bit.
I agree with you. But the point is, Milwaukee is also right now above 500 by 1 game. It's not like they're against a great team here either, so they can definitely get the job done.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
A point is moving on to the next game on the card. You'll look at a matchup between the Cardinals and the Rangers. For this game, you have Gray against Corbin. The Cardinals are minus 150. The Rangers are plus 125. The over-under in this game is set at about 8 flat. So look at the matchup here. Corbin's been actually decent this season. Gray has a 5-1 record. His ERA is not very good. His ERA is over 4. But we know the Rangers can hit. They are good at home, though. They're 18-12 at home. Cardinals are 13-16 on the road. But I like Gray more than Corbin, and I don't trust the Rangers to hit. So I guess I'm on the Cardinals' first 5, but you could argue with the bullpens being involved, you want the Cardinals involved too. So I like the Cardinals in some capacity here. Just trying to see what the best line I could find is. I found minus 138 on FanDuel. I'll go with that. Total's kind of tricky at 8. I would have to go under because I don't trust the Rangers to ever hit the ball, but I'll go with the Cardinals minus 138.
So I like Texas just purely off price. I like St. Louis, but I don't know if they should be of this price. I mean, I get Gray. He's been okay, but I mean, he's been pretty inconsistent. I mean, his last 5, 4-0, 7-0, 3 earned, which is, I mean, just kind of up and down. Most of his starts have been like at home, where St. Louis is really, really good. Now, granted, Texas, which is weird, they play well at home, but they don't score well. I think they're like 26-4 under at home. They scored 1 run or less in like 15 games this year. They got to find some offense. But Corbin's been pretty good. I mean, 3 or less in every start this year. He did get away with some home run issues in his last 3. He's got 5 home runs in his last 3, but he performs well at home. 2 or less in 3 of his last 4 at home. So I'm going to take the under low scoring game. I mean, I'm just going to keep betting Texas unders, especially when they're at home, and until they prove that they can actually score some runs. But their pitching is good enough. The bullpen is good enough. So I'll take Texas at the plus price at home, and I'll take
moving on to the next game, you have the Angels against the Guardians. Now, for this one, you have Hendricks, who's pitching against Ciccone. And for this one, looking at the actual lines, I see Cleveland at about minus 180. I see the Angels at plus 150. Over-unders at 8 or 8.5. And for the run line, I see the Guardians at plus 118 for the minus 1.5. You have the plus 1.5 for the Angels at minus 142. I'm going Guardians run line. Cicconi's been fine so far. He was very good last outing, as he ended up giving up 1 run in 6 innings against Detroit. So a pretty good matchup there, and he performed well. As for Hendricks, pitches to a lot of contact like he always does. ERA is north of 5. ERA is north of 6 on the road. He's given up at least 3 earned in 4 straight, so I'm not a fan of him at all. Cleveland, though, is the better team. Angels have been hitting really poorly lately, which is why the Yankees swept them last week. I'm going Cleveland minus 1.5. Better team, better starting pitcher, better lineup, Papa John's. No, I'll just go with Guardians minus 1.5 here. I think the price is kind of cheap. So I think it's a good deal. You're getting, once again, plus money fading the Angels with the Guardians at home. So give me the Guardians minus 1.5.
Yep, I like Cleveland as well. I like the over. With that being said, you talked about the hit rate of Hendricks. He's allowed 19 earned runs in his last 4 road starts. He's allowed a home run in 7 of his last 8. He actually had a streak of 7 before his last start. So he's given up the home run. Sassoni's also he's dealing with some groin tightness. So I'm not sure how effective he'll be. But Cleveland's bullpen is good. So I think they'll be fine there. It's not a big sample size for him. He has allowed a home run in both of his starts. Decent swing and miss stuff, but the Angels have their issues with batting. They can be feast or famine. So I want to take both teams to at least get to 4 here. I think we can get over this number. So I'll go Cleveland.
Before we get into any of the other games on the card for Saturday, reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, Edgebooks. They're the first ever bank double for bettors, ensuring that all your gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, non-imbalance, get cash rewards as well. 100% approval. For all bank deposits, sign up today. Edjuice.bet, promo code SGPN. Deposit $25. Edge deposit. Edjuice.bet, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to Running Fantasy because they are going along to the NBA playoffs with their extender bonus. Hop in game 1, and the longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. And a reminder, to sign up for your new account, use the promo code MLB SGPN to get a special pick and a first-time deposit offer up to $1K in bonus cash on fantasy promo code MLB SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the first couple games on the card for Saturday. Time to move on into the next game. Looking at the matchup between the Red Sox and the Braves. Looking at this one, you have Buehler pitching against Schwellenbach. Both pitchers have been fine this season, but not amazing. Braves are minus 165 or so. You have the Red Sox at plus 140. For the over-under, I see it being set at 8.5 or 9. For the actual numbers for Schwellenbach this season, he has been a lot better at home, a 2.62 ERA, but he's been pitching better lately. He's given up less than 3 earned in 3 of his last 4. For Buehler, he has been fine. Has been really bad on the road, though, 5.28 ERA. Been good lately, though. He has allowed less than 3 earned in 4 of his last 5 starts. I'll ask you for this one, though, because at first glance, the total does feel a bit high, actually, at about 9 or so. I think I like the under in this game. It just feels a bit high to me. I see a lower scoring game, and you can find 9 at minus 120. I like the price there. Give me the under in this game.
Yes, I kind of like over. I know Buehler's been a lot better. Schwellenbach's been pretty inconsistent, just kind of like at Atlanta. I think he's mirroring image of what the team is. His hit rate still has been up, 6+ hits in 7 of his last 9. Buehler's hit rates kind of fluctuated here and there. He has allowed 2 earned or less in 5 of 6, but I think Atlanta, their offense kind of can wake up here against Boston. And Schwellenbach's, his hit rate's up. He's also allowed 4 home runs in his last 3. So Boston's offense, I think, is probably the more consistent, the more consistent unit on the team. So I would expect some runs here. So I'm going to go over if I had to pay anything. But I don't really
I don't really like a lot either. I just feel like for this matchup itself, I don't really trust either offense consistently. They have talent. I just don't think that either of them can consistently show up game in, game out and perform well. And I think that with that being the case, if one of these teams reverts back to scoring like 2 or 3 runs, you're in pretty good shape. The bullpens, though, are a problem. So maybe the first 5 unders, because I hate these bullpens with a passion. So maybe go first 5 under instead. I like 4.5 maybe for this one. I'll avoid the bullpens because that Red Sox bullpen's been a mess. So I'll go with that as my main thought for this one. Moving on to the next game, you have the Rockies against the Mets. Now, for this game, the Mets are favored by a ton. Question is it worth it? Mets are minus 420. You have the Rockies at around plus 325. You have Sanzatella against Sanga. makes sense. Senga's has a 1.46 ERA. Senzatella has been the worst pitcher in baseball. He's 1-9 with a 6.5 ERA. For the over-under, I see it being set at about 8. And for the run line, Mets minus 1.5 is minus 188. Give me the Mets minus 2.5 instead. I think they kill this team. I think that Senzatella should not be in the majors. I think he's that bad. I think that Senzatella is the guy who just hands out 8 hits to everybody, and you look up and it's 4-0 in the 4th inning every time he pitches. Senga's been very good. The Rockies stink. They can't hit on the road. The Rockies, a reminder, are currently 3-25 on the road. 3-25. And you're looking at, once again, Senzatella, who's been batting practice all season. Give me the Mets minus 2.5. You're laying juice, but you know what? I can't disagree with it. I'll go with the Mets in this one.
Yeah, I'll just parlay the team total over with the Colorado team total under. So Mets over, Colorado under. Senga's obviously dominant, 1 earned or less in 7 of his last 8. 4 of those 7 were shutouts. You talked about Senzatella. I mean, most losses in the MLB, 7.89 ERA in his last 6, 4+ earned runs in 6 straight. The Mets offense has been struggling, but again, I think this is kind of a get-right series for them. So I expect them to, score 6+ runs tonight and follow it up tomorrow. And I don't know if Colorado will be able to score 2 runs, which I'm assuming their total will be 2.5.
I'd imagine so. Total's at 8, and they're minus 420. So it's probably going to be 2.5.
Yeah. So I'll parlay the team total over with the Colorado.
Do you know how bad you have to be letting the other team lay 420? And we're in May? Like that's unheard of.
Yeah.
That's rough. But yeah.
It is.
It's only going to get worse. What do you think the highest line we'll see for a Rockies game this season? Do we think we ever cross the 500, or is that too much?
Well, a little bit. I think we can get to 450, though.
I can see that.
We can get to 450, 460. Because Senga's in that elite status, but if I gotta have to look at the schedule to see how it aligns. But I mean, Dodgers like at home, like if like Yamamoto, it could get bad, bro. 460, it could get bad. 450, 460, I think is where it caps out at.
So I'm gonna ask you though: is there ever a price for a baseball team, just on the concept of it's baseball, weirder things have happened, where you just blindly bet the team that's getting the plus money? Because, to be honest, like I understand why I picked the Mets minus 2.5, and that's where I stand. I would not be surprised if other people just looked at the pricing and went, it's a baseball game. Like I'm getting how much for the Rockies?
Sharp guys would never,
Like the Rockies are plus 330. Is there ever a situation where you would jump in on the dog no matter how bad they were because the price is just, wait a second, I'm getting like 350 in a baseball game? Do you have a cutoff or anything you'd consider?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of do, but again, like this isn't the scenario. Like Colorado is not the scenario. I mean, it would have to be like, for instance, something we talked about yesterday. We talked about I forgot who it was. Baltimore was laying a big number. Like that was too big because and the White Sox are bad, but they're comparable at least. Colorado is just bad. Like I don't know if I could be. I would just pass before anything. Like I understand like price is key, but like I would rather just pass than to say, hey, I got value and lose.
Yeah, it's really tough though, because like that basically means if they play this game 4 times, the Mets win all 4 times. It's kind of what you're assuming with this line being that big, and I can't really disagree with that, but that does feel kind of insane when you're getting that big of a number. Once again, I picked the Mets minus 2.5, but if you took a spin with the Rockies, I'd be rooting for you. I'll tell you that much. Like I'd understand the angle if you want to argue it. You throw it in a long shot parlay, hope something works your way. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that if you wanted to blindly consider fading the Rockies, you're going to lose. But if you win 1 out of 3 with this price, you make money.
Yeah,
So there you go. Something to consider for that one. In fact, actually, it's one.
But you would have to bet the Rockies 3 times.
It's actually 1 out of 4. Because if you're betting a unit and you end up winning the 4th one, then you are up 0.3 units. So you actually have 4 games. If you win 1 of them, you actually make money. So something to keep in mind if you want to consider doing that. But it's dangerous because this team is 3-25 on the road. So there you go. but thought it was worth mentioning because I just find that line insane in the end of May. Anyway, moving on to the next game, you have the Giants taking on the Marlins. Giants not playing good baseball. They forgot how to hit again. You have Ray, though, 7-0 with a 2.56 ERA. Cabrera, though, is pitching for the Marlins. 1-1, 4.73 ERA. Giants minus 175. The Marlins are plus 145. Over-under in this game is set at about, let me see where it's at. It's at about 8 flat. Now, of course, with Cabrera pitching, have to mention stolen bases. Giants, though, are third to last in the league in stolen bases. They never run, ever. I'm hoping they make an exception for this game, and they get a couple guys who are moving. But I want to point that out. Giants are not a guy that tend to steal, or not a team that tend to steal a bunch of bases, so keep that in mind. Now, Giants, I said before, have been really bad. They have been in a bunch of low-scoring games. In fact, each of their last 6 games have had less than 8 runs, and they've actually scored a total of 5 runs in their last 3 games combined. They've been really bad. Cabrera's actually okay to start games, and then he has 1 inning where he forgets how to pitch, and he gives up like a 3-run homer in every single game. He just falls apart at some point. Ray's been very good, but I like the under in this game. I'll go first 5 under. I don't trust the Marlins to do much against Ray. I think Cabrera actually can keep this Giants team in check because they're slumping pretty heavily. First 5 total might be a juiced 4.5. I like it. Give me the under in this game.
Yeah, I went full game under as well. I didn't like a ton here. I mean, Cabrera's coming off one of his best starts, or actually his best start of the year. He's got a 2.61 ERA in his last 4. He's been pretty steady at home. Ray's cut down on the walk issues from earlier in the season. He's only allowed more than 1 earned run once. Once on the road. So he's been locked in 6 straight quality starts, 1 or less in 4 of his last 5. So he's been dialed in. So I can kind of see both teams. And if Cabrera doesn't have that kind of hiccup and he continues to pitch like he has been pitching at home as of late, I do think that these teams can, be under 4 runs. I think we see maybe 3-2, maybe 3-1 is the case. But if I had to take a side, I probably would take a swing in the dark with Cabrera and Miami, because when it's good, and I don't really trust Miami's offense has actually been better than San Francisco's offense as of late. So I'll take Miami if I had to take a side, but I like the under as well.
Yeah, I agree, though. I think Miami's actually pretty live to win this game. I want nothing to do with the Giants right now. They can't hit. So it's tough for me to pick a team that I think is, once again, going to have value if you can hit and you're in a pitcher-friendly ballpark. Because as far as I'm concerned, I think 170 is just a massive line for a team that can't hit at the moment. So I'll go with the Marlins in this one with you. Moving on, though, to the next game, looking at a matchup between the Tigers and the Royals. For this game, you're looking at a matchup between Skubal and Waka. Tigers are minus 180. The Royals are plus 150. For the over-under, I see the line being set at about 7.5. And for the run line on Detroit, I see the Tigers, who are currently minus 105 on the run line, and the Royals are plus 115 the other way. Yes, Skubal's an absolute demon. Give me the Tigers minus 1.5. Like maybe first 5 minus 0.5. I mean, the guy is absolutely insane. Best pitcher in baseball. You can't really stop him. He's just in one of those grooves right now where he's doing whatever he wants and nobody can stop him. He's had at least 11 strikeouts.
Think he's been better than Fried?
He got through a Maddox with 13 strikeouts. Yeah, I think he's the best pitcher in the entire league. Yeah. I understand Fried has not really had any down starts this season, so his overall numbers might be better for consistency. But based on the upside and everything, I think Skubal is the best pitcher in the league, and I don't think it's close. He's off the Cy Young Triple Crown as well. He had a Maddox with 13 strikeouts with 2 hits allowed last start. He never walks anybody. He strikes out everybody. I don't know how you touch the damn guy. I'll go Tigers minus 1.5 and Tigers first 5 minus 0.5 because I think Skubal is an absolute monster. I'll just go with Skubal blindly.
Yeah, well, so the reason I asked, he got touched up in the 2 games prior to the shutout. I mean, 8 earned on 12 hits. I don't think Fried's had he's had 1 bad start, I think, but to Skubal's standard, that's pretty bad. But he's a little bit more vulnerable on the road than he is at home. I mean, granted, the the numbers are still good. He did give up 2 earned on 5 innings pitched in 5 innings pitched on 7 hits versus Kansas City in the earlier meeting. Waka also gave up 2 earned and 5 in the third on 7 hits. So both guys allowed some contact, but I don't trust the offense of either side against this pitching. I mean, I'm going under. Waka's hit rate has been sky high, but again, Detroit's kind of offense has kind of fell back into what people expected. So he's had 7. Waka's had 7+ hits in 4 or 5 starts this month, but he's had 2 or less earned runs in 6 of his last 7. 1 combined his last 3 home starts. I might take a shot with Kansas City at home. Big number, home team. They haven't played as good as I thought they would at home, but I like Waka. I think we see a low-scoring game. 2 good pitchers. I'm going to take a shot with Waka and Kansas City. I do like the under, though. I think both pitchers will be able to pitch well. So 2-1 is kind of the final that I have.
I like the under, too. I mean, I like the under in the entire series. I don't trust either offense to do much in this series, especially Kansas City.
Yeah, me too.
So based on that, I see a pretty lopsided, once again, number towards the total at least. I see it flying under. I think this number's too high. I'll go Detroit 3-1. That's what I got for this one. Either way, though, moving on to the next game, you have the Rays against the Astros. For this one, Rays have been in great form recently. They won the first game handily of the series. You have Littell against Gordon. For this one, the Astros minus 120. The Rays are even money. For the over-under in this game, I see the line being set at about 8.5 for this one. Now, Littell pitches the contact. He's been fine this season, though. He has allowed less than 3 earned in at least 4 of his last 5. It goes back further, though. He's allowed less than 3 earned in 5 of his last 6. He actually did give up 3 earned 3 starts ago against Toronto. But the Rays have won 6 straight starts that he's made. So he's actually quietly been pretty good so far this season. Gordon, though, has been relatively unknown. He's made 3 outings. He's given up 3 earned in each of them. And his ERA is north of 5. So he's not pitched much. Tampa, though, has been performing very well. They demoted Simpson today, which I thought was nuts to me. Guy's 3rd in the league in stolen bases, batting .285. They demoted him to AAA, which I think is kind of nuts, but either way. A point is, I'm going to go with Tampa here at even money. I think Littell's fine. I don't think Gordon's that great. I don't mind the over potentially at 8.5, but I like how Tampa's playing right now. Give me Tampa money line, even money.
Yeah, I like Tampa as well. It's a good price for him. Gordon, just a bit unknown. He's got a high hit rate, although it's only 3 earned runs in those 3 starts. Tampa's playing really well as of late. I like Littell. He's got a high hit rate as well, 6+ hits in 3 of his last 4. So, like you mentioned, he does pitch to contact. He pitched well versus Houston. I mean, 2 earned in 5 innings pitched on the 5-20 matchup, but he did allow 7 hits. So I kind of like Tampa to win this one. I like Houston today, and I like Tampa tomorrow in a bounce back effort. But I think Tampa's underpriced. I wouldn't be surprised if this team flips favorite by the time the game kicks off, but starts off.
Yeah, it wouldn't really shock me either. But I just think based on current form, based on Littell compared to Gordon, I just have more faith in this Tampa team at the moment. Moving on to the next game, you have the Twins taking on the Mariners. Mariners are off that painful extra inning loss yesterday. We'll see how they look in this series. You have Ober against Miller. Miller's been a mess this season. 2-4, 5.22 ERA. He's coming off the IL, so he has not pitched in a couple of weeks. Has not pitched since the 11th, so we'll see how he looks. But he had allowed at least 4 runs in 3 of his last 4 starts before going on the IL, so not exactly ideal for him. Ober, though, has been fine so far this season. 4-1, 3.41 ERA. Not good on the road, though, a 4.67 ERA. He has allowed less than 2 earned, though, in 4 of his last 5. Actually, it's been 6 of his last 7. He's allowed less than 2 earned. He's been really, really good.
8 of 10,
yeah,
too.
He's been really good. I know his numbers aren't as good on the road, but Miller has not been good this season, and he's off the IL. It is not a great spot for the Mariners, and currently it's minus 110 apiece. I mean, the over-under's at 7.5. I'll pass on that. Give me Minnesota. I think they should be a bigger favorite here. I'll go with the Twins.
Yeah, I like Minnesota as well. I was hoping to maybe get overcorrected in their dog. But you mentioned the road number. So 5 road starts. He's allowed over 1 run twice in that span. So pretty good on the road is Ober. Miller, I mean, coming back from elbow issue, I'm not sure how long he's going to go. Before he went on that, I mean, he had 4+ earned runs in 3 of his 4 starts. He's allowed 4+ walks in 2 of his last 4. So not in good form. Too much unknown. I think Minnesota's a more known commodity. Ober's pitching well. He has to get that hit rate down. So 7+ hits in 5 of his last 7. But Seattle's their offense is better on the road than at home. So give me Minnesota.
Moving on to the next game, Yankees against the Dodgers. Now for this one, you have a matchup between you have Warren against Knack. For the Dodgers, -125. For the Yankees, +105. For the over-under in this one, I see 9.5. Now, Warren has actually turned it around. He was a mess earlier in the year. He's been good lately. He's allowed less than 3 earned in 4 straight. Goes no distance at all, but he does do a pretty good job of avoiding getting shelled. Strikes out a ton of guys. He struck out at least 7 guys in 5 straight. So the strikeouts have been pretty good to him. For Knack, though, he has been really bad, especially at home. So 5.22 ERA overall, 7.07 ERA at home. Was good last start, though, against the Mets, so maybe he figured something out. Has given up 5 home runs, though, in his last 3 starts combined. I'll ask you because I think Warren's better, but the Dodgers, I think, are always dangerous at home, of course. Plus money, though, do I think Knack should be -125? I don't. So I guess I'm going Yankees, but I don't feel great about it.
Yep. Yeah, well, I feel good about it. I mean, Warren has kind of proved me wrong. I was tough on him early, but he's been really good. I mean, especially on the road, 2 earned or less in 5 of 6 on the road, 2 or less in 4 straight. He's been really good. Like you talked about, his swing and miss stuff is hitting. I don't like Knack at all. 4+ earned in 2 of his last 3. You talked about the home runs. He's kind of been up and down, which is kind of like how the Dodgers have been for this month. So I think plus money on the Yankees with Warren on the mound. Maybe you take him first 5 to kind of get in and get out. But I like him full game. I think the Yankees capitalized. I like the Dodgers yesterday. I like the Yankees today. I like the Dodgers today in the podcast we did yesterday. And I like the Yankees tomorrow.
Moving on to the next game, you have the Pirates against the Padres. So for this one, Pirates actually did look pretty good at the end against Arizona. San Diego's bullpen exploded against Miami at the end, but they still were fine in general. So you have Falter against Cease. Cease has been a mess. He has a 4.58 ERA. Falter, though, 3.47 ERA. Padres are -215. The Pirates are +180. And for the over-under, I see 7.5. Now, Cease this season, said before, not good. Been better at home, though. He has allowed 3 runs in 2 straight. Bit of a home run problem as well. But the Padres have actually been alternating wins and losses in his last couple of starts. So we'll see how they look in this one. For Falter, he's been fine. Looking at his numbers, bad on the road, though, 5+ ERA on the road. He has allowed 2 earned in his last 4 starts combined. So that's something. But for this game, yeah, San Diego's laying a massive number. I don't want to lay that with San Diego. So I'll go with the Pirates plus the money here. +194. I think it's a great price on FanDuel. I'll take that. San Diego's really not been that good for the last month or so. It's a massive number. I'll gamble. Give me Pittsburgh on the money line at about +194.
Yeah, I've said for like probably 2 series in a row, this is a good spot for San Diego, and they have not shown at all. Offense has been up and down. Bullpen has been horrific, but Falter has been really good. You talked about his last 4 starts. If you add that 5th start, 3 combined in his last 5, but he is better at home than he is on the road. I think 13 in 4 road starts, 3 in 5 at home. And Cease has been really good at home, 2 earned or less in 4 straight. I'm going under. And I'm going to take Pittsburgh first 5.
Yeah, I can get behind that too. The price just feels too big. You know, I'm not a Cease guy. It's well documented. And so far this season, he's been quite underwhelming. So, yeah, I don't mind Pittsburgh in the spot either early or often for this game. Moving on to the last game on the card. Speaking of teams I'm not a fan of right now, you have the Diamondbacks because they've been really bad. You have Fod pitching against Soroka. Diamondbacks are -200. Nationals are +165. Soroka has been really bad this season. 5.61 ERA, been basically equally bad at home compared to on the road. He's been better lately, though. He has given up 3 earned in each of his last 2 starts. But the Nationals have been really, really bad when he pitches. They have lost 4 of his 5 starts, and all those losses were by at least 2 runs. Fod, though, has been the best pitcher in the Diamondbacks rotation. 7-3, 3.9 ERA, 1.78 ERA at home, though. He has not been good recently, though. He has allowed at least 3 earned in 3 straight starts, and the over-under in this game is at 9. I like the over in this game. Then the line's too short. You're looking at the Nationals offense performing well lately, mostly because of Abrams and Wood. Wood's been really good for the last couple weeks. Arizona, though, offensively, we know can be dangerous at any time. Soroka's really bad, and Fada's been struggling a bit lately as regression's kind of hitting him. I see runs here. I don't trust either bullpen, especially Arizona. That bullpen sucks. Give me the over in this one. I think 9's too short. I see double-digit runs in this game.
Yeah, I like over as well. It's hard. I mean, I like Fod. I just don't like the price that's associated with him. He's been lights out at home. You talked about that, 3 earned in his last 4 combined. He shut down the Dodgers and Atlanta. But again, Washington, you talked about feisty. Soroka, 4 home runs in his last 3. Fott has 5 home runs in his last 3 as well. So I think we see maybe a home run derby here. I couldn't lay anything with Arizona, not even a run line. So I'll stay away from that. I'll go over. I think we get 4-4, and we get a push at best, or we get a win.
That's kind of how I feel. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for all the games on the Saturday card. Now it's time for the lock and dog picks. For that, the reminder, they're brought to you by Rhythm, because our job at SGPN is to help you find the best picks, and now we've got a new tool to take things to the next level. You've heard us talk about Rhythm before. They also just dropped their new game-changing feature called Power Trends. They are AI-detected patterns. Rhythm's models have consistently won, and they have a high ROI. And reminder, Power Trends are updated every day, exclusive to Rhythm. So no touts, no noise, just clean, data-backed bets. Download the Rhythm app. Check out Power Trends to start betting smarter. You know that we will be doing so, and try it out for free for a week by using the 7-day free trial. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RATHMM. We're also brought to you by Circle Ultimate Fantasy Ball Giveaway, because Circle's Resort Casino Las Vegas is giving away the Ultimate Fantasy Ball experience for a 12-person league in Vegas to draft and be treated like VIPs for their stay. We're going to get a 2-night stay at Circle Resort Casino for the entire 12-person league. You could also have your draft at Cabana, stadium swim with a $5K food and beverage credit, limited transportation to from the airport, welcome party at Legacy Club as well. And a reminder that there are much more perks included, and contest from May 5th to June 30th. So when you sign up for the actual contest, enter at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA. We're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag, because they're the book to every sport. They have the NBA playoffs, they have the NHL playoffs, they have the baseball cards, they have golf, they have UFC, you name it. They're available at a ton of locations as well. Use crypto for Lightning Fast payouts. Either pods when you sign up, though. For your new account, use the promo code SGPN. They get a 100% match up to 1K. Terms and conditions apply. MyBookie.ag promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through every game on the Saturday card. Time to move on into the lock and dog picks. Lonte, I'll let you go first. What's going to be your lock and dog for the show today?
Yeah, something we like both. I'm going to go with Minnesota with Ober on the mound. Really good on the road. Really good lately. 1 earned in 8 of his last 10. I do think that there will be some, I don't want to say discomfort, but I don't think that Miller is going to be comfortable on the mound. I think Minnesota has been playing well for the past month or so. They hit a little skid, but back on track. Bad spot for Seattle. I like Minnesota to come in and get it done. I think the price is a little bit too short. I wouldn't be surprised if they go off minus 120-ish by the time the game pitches off. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to go with, for the dog, I'm going to go with the Yankees. I'm going to go with the Yankees small price. I just think Warren is superior to Knack. I think the Yankees will obviously look to avenge some pretty big scars that happened in October. So I'm going to take the Yankees and Warren all on the road against the Dodgers in a primetime game.
Yeah, so for my lock on the show, I think I'm going to go with the over, actually, in that Nationals and Diamondbacks game. It's at 9. I like it. Fada's been bad lately. Soroka's been bad since he got injured years ago. And I do think you're going to see some runs in this game. I don't trust the bullpens. I don't trust either really pitching staff, including the starters, to get outs in this one. Give me the over. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's at minus 110. So I like that as the best bet here. Give me the over 9 in the Nationals game as my lock. For my dog, you know what? I'll go with a team that has been in bad form. I think they're going to keep struggling. But I do kind of want to ask myself if I do think they have a good chance of winning the game or not. I hate their bullpen, so I'll go first 5 on this one. But I do think there's some value. I'm going to fade the, I was going to say Giants, but I want to just see if I actually want to do that. Because I thought about taking Tampa maybe as well. But you know what? No, I'll go for it. I thought about the White Sox too, actually. You know what? I think I'll do that instead. As much as I want to consider the Marlins, I do still have question marks about the offense doing enough to get them the lead in this game, and the bullpen's been really bad. So instead, I'm going to pivot. I'll go with the White Sox first 5 money line in this one. I actually like Martin. I think Martin's pretty good, and I think you're looking at Kramer, who's been a mess all season. I think that he's a guy who really just isn't very good, simply put. But he can find the first 5 money line available for the White Sox. I actually see the run line. I don't see the first 5 money line instead. White Sox first 5 minus half a run is plus 200. I'll swing for that. Why not? I'll get greedy. Give me the White Sox first 5 minus half a run at plus 200 as my dog for this show. Now it's time for the home run picks. Lonte, I'll go first again. What's your home run choice for the show?
Yeah, so let's go with Brandon Nimmo for the Mets. We talked about Sensatella, him being pretty much a gas can. So I think they'll try to I think Nimmo has been really good as of late. He did go through a stretch, I think, from the 17th through the 24th, where he was like 0 of 17. Most of those were on the road. Now that he's been back at home, he's got 5 hits in his last 3 games. So I think he can extend that streak and keep it going. He hasn't hit a home run since May 11th. So I think he erases that and puts one on the board tomorrow against Sensatella.
Yeah, so for me, I thought about taking the Mets as well, because there's a lot of wind blowing out to right field tomorrow. So if you wanted to go for a power lefty bat like Soto, you actually could. But I'm trying to think if I want to do something different here. The Braves game should have a lot of wind blowing out too, so Acuna does make some sense, which I thought was intriguing. I thought about taking James Wood, which could be an option as well, because he's been great. But let me just quickly see how Buehler's done with home runs allowed. Because a part of me wants to go with Acuna, but I don't know if that's actually going to be a solid option there. How's Acuna been against him? Yeah, he's 1 for 11 with a home runs. That's a pass for me. Give me James Wood for this one. Wood's been great recently, and I do think he's in a good spot here. Fod has not been pitching well, and the Diamondbacks bullpen's an absolute joke at this point in time. I'll look at the numbers, though, for Fod. I mentioned them a second ago as we did them as the last game on the show. But Fod has allowed at least 1 home run in 3 straight. He's allowed 5 home runs in his last 3 starts. So the fact that he's giving up long balls is concerning, and I think it's a good spot for Wood. Give me James Wood home run for my pick in this one. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for the show for the Saturday games. Lonte, anything else you want to add for you on the show?
That's about it, man. Good luck to everybody this weekend. We got some good action this weekend.
Yep, should be fun. MLB shall be back again on Sunday afternoon for the Monday games. Until next time, I'm on Twitter, Reichel Radio. I'm on Twitter at XX1TXX. Until next time, good luck to all of you. And